So initially I used just a knife, simple one, and this is an old blade, and I heard all the recommendations to use a new blade, but since this was working out for me pretty well, you can see I got very proficient at this. And I'm really clumsy. I tend to hurt I should be cutting my fingers off, truthful. So this is alright. And yes, this is the part I wanted you to see. I should zoom in more. Okay, let's try now. We're good here, yes. So if you look at this, can you see it's glued? And this glue is actually really nice to have. It keeps you, I think, from hurting to a degree, from hurting the color inside the pigment in the pencil, and probably helps with avoiding breakage if they fall. Anyway, today I took out my more professional blade from when I was studying interior design and we made models, and with this one I still don't have the movement as nicely as with the regular knife, but the sharper blade allows me to work much more finely. And with the blunt blade, I wasn't able to work on the pigment, on the lead of the pencils as good. But look at this. It really works like a charm. So if you hear the recommendations to use a fine blade and you think you're getting alright results with your blunt blade, then I would suggest trying once and then deciding, because it does make a lot of difference. I'm able to get a niceness that is almost almost mechanical level, almost like a sharpener. And I guess it's a matter of learning the movement of moving and rolling at once. I'm pushing with my my thumb. And I'm also moving the pencil down with my index finger. I could be, I can find a job sharpening pencils, don't you think? Isn't it nice? And I'll show you, I'll try to find one that I did with a blunt. Okay, so this one, no, hold on. let's see, which ones did I use? Okay, so this is an example of a pencil I sharpened with a blunt knife, and then I sharpened it on sandpaper, so it's got a very nice point, but I think this one is nicer, and I didn't need the sandpaper for the blue one. Now if I go and sharpen on a sandpaper and move it just a bit, I'll get a really nice point. So that's about sharpening. Oh, and I have something else to show you about sharpening. That, wait, this one isn't in use now. I'll show you on the background. If you did already reveal some of the lead of the pencil, and in a way it really hurts to throw so much pigment and expensive pigment and beautiful pigment away, and sharpening on the sandpaper I felt that even more. And what I found now is that if I reveal the pencil, I can sharpen it on the background layers of my drawing. I'm moving down and twisting while I'm doing it. I did that with the green of the skirt, of the dress. And you can maybe see that some of my lines are getting wider as I'm starting to build the triangular, the cone shape on the pencil. Let's try to get rid of this pencil line. Okay, I'm getting stuck now. I should reveal more, but can you see that it's getting in shape? And I did that with one of the greens. I already used it, so it doesn't have the point anymore, but that was really nice to find out. And oh yeah, two of my pencils had broken when I was sharpening. You can see that it broke inside the wood casing of the pencil, but I saved these in a tiny box, and I've been able to use this as a mini pastel stick. Alright, so I'm holding the pencil, you can see, and I did hear a lot of people say that it will be better to use a sharp blade, but I tried my blunt blade and it worked, so I was happy and I just left it because it's easier to just leave it than look for where I have all the replacements. And then I tried with my x-acto knife and this sharper blade, and it's a different experience. And everybody that I read and heard say that these are very soft core pencils, and I didn't have any of them break from the sharpening. I had this one and another one break in the wood casing. So it wasn't due to any pressure that I made. I think these are either there was a problem with manufacturing or they fell at some point somewhere, not at my house, and so the inside of the pencil, the so-called lead, is broken. So I did the first carving, and now I'm going into the closer to the paint, and I wanted to show you this. It has glue. Do you see these strings that are pulling it? And I suppose if I would have sharpened them with a regular sharpener, I would never have noticed that. But with the x-acto knife and sculpting them, it makes my job a lot easier, and it really does protect the pastel inside the pencil. So I'm using a bit of force here, but it's alright. I am trying to be careful, of course. You see the glue? This is a beautiful color. I have 3 shades of this in my 76 colors set, or maybe 80 something. I got a few more. I have a darker one and a lighter one, and that's what I used on the skirts before. I'm going to use it in this one. Okay, so I have uncovered the pastel, the lead I want to say. And now if I want to give it a point, I can go on with my knife. But let's use this color. I can put my drawing underneath. So I'm going on and I'm just twirling the pencil as I go. And this dust I can use. See how much? And I can just smear it and use it. Some of the specks are a little larger, but I can get them in, I think, all of them. Let's go on with the point. The places where I have most friction with the paper are this area, where the outside of the pastel lead meets the one that is rubbed. This you can see is darker and it feels a little different. So these are the ones that scratch most on the paper. Takes me a bit to get into the rhythm, but once I do, it's really nice sharpening pastel pencils. Especially when I know that I'm not just wasting all this beautiful, expensive pigment. Okay, let's put some here. Let's get it here. Okay. Oh wait, it's the wrong color for the background, but it works. It works. Alright. I can also use it, this pencil. I'll do it in the skirt. If I want to sharpen it more, wait, hold on, where are we? Okay, so what I can also do is just twirl it, like I explained that I did in the background. You hear the, oh, you can see them as well. You can see these scratches. This is from a grain in here. Maybe it's the wood casing. So this way I'm filling the background with color and getting a nice point on my pencil.